Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Fourth and a Dream podcast. It is me, your host, Red, with our full head of hair co-host, the commish. You know, you could just wear a hat sometimes, dude. You know?
I should do that, shouldn't I?
I mean, I already feel inferior due to my kicker situation last week. You don't need to, flex on me with the hair, okay?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to talking to you about that here
Yeah.
shortly.
Yeah. So it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. Unfortunately, I've been out of town for like the past 2 weeks due to work. And we're a little late this week due to also work. But here we are. We'll get this one off before the game starts tonight. So, real quick, I guess we'll go over last week, and we're going to make it real quick on one game for sure. And then we'll get popping off with the week 7 picks.
Let's go, baby. Yeah,
How is it? What?
right? Didn't we just have the draft like a couple weeks ago?
We did, and I had to double check the week because I didn't realize it was already week 7. So the football season is pretty much already over. Yeah, we're at the halfway point for fantasy.
I know it's terrible, man.
So
It's like
depressing, dude.
you get so excited, the build up, you have the draft, and it's like you blink your eyeballs and you're already we're on to week 7, week 8.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just unfortunate, unfortunate.
You know, our parents. I'm sure your parents said this to you, and my parents did too. But the older you get, the faster time goes. They're not lying, dude.
They they were not wrong.
Yep.
Seems like
Couple.
it seems like every year you take down the holiday decorations only to put them back up like what feels like a couple months later, and you're like, "Holy shit! Didn't I just get all these boxes down to do the holiday decor?" You know?
Yeah. A couple more years, we're gonna get that AARP letter in the mail, dude. You before me, though.
Surprised I haven't already gotten it yet.
All right, let's go over week 6.
Let's do it, man.
So we'll start with Iron Smoke and CD's nuts. Iron Smoke pulled off a win. He is now 4-2, 101 to 97.
Hey, man. Joe Mixon came back for CD's nuts. I think 1-5. Like if Mixon's with him for the first half of the season, I don't think he's sitting at 1-5. I think CD's nuts is getting primed to make a run if he gets healthy, and I think CD Lamb's getting ready to turn it on. Nice win for Iron Smoke, man. Chris Godwin continuing to just
Light it
be
up.
top 5 wideout, man.
No. Yeah. Chris Godwin's playing real well. It's kind of surprising, honestly, that CD's nuts is at 1-5, but like you said, he should have some good things coming his way. So moving on, upset alert. Aston TD's pulling a dub over Snitches Get Stitches, 85.5 to 82.4. Closest matchup of the weekend.
Josh Allen. I was gonna say Josh Allen's the story, right? Like Monday Night Football, comes out and puts up almost 25 points, which is the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, of all teams in our league, Anna has to be the one that's probably dealt with the worst injury luck this season. Christian McCaffrey, Rashee Rice. Those are two massive pieces.
Yeah.
To a fantasy roster.
And she's at 500.
Yeah.
Yeah. Najee Harris turned back the clock to 2020 and looked good. Slow, but good.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I tell you what, for snitches, real quick, man, David Montgomery, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm done hearing about the 1A 1B situation in Detroit. To me, that's BS, man. David Montgomery's the one. Period.
Yeah.
He's getting the work. He's getting the goal line work, and he's converting. So if he's healthy, like, it's not close, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is like he's like DeAndre Swift 2.0 up in Detroit. DeAndre Swift was behind Jameson Williams. I think his name's Jameson. Yeah, the dude's in New Orleans now.
Oh, don't get me lying to you on that, man.
He had like 20 touchdowns for the Lions, and then went to New Orleans and did nothing.
Did nothing,
It's
yeah.
literally the same thing all over again. But moving on, YouTube safe name, big win over Lower the Boom, 114-79 on the back of Derrick Henry.
My goodness, man. Number one scoring running back in all of fantasy. And I mean, where was he going? Like middle of second round? And there was talk of there potentially being a drop off, and all he's done is just continue to light the fantasy landscape on fire.
Yeah. Probably time for Lower the Boom to take Trevor Lawrence out of his lineup.
I was hoping you were getting ready to say a name change, but
Well, that too. That too. Usually when we do this, though, for Lee, we give him a name.
Not this week, huh?
No. We'll revisit that next week.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Yeah. Moving on. Wide receiver 83 over the Jolly Roger, 83-76.
Weird matchup here. Mr. Harrison Jr. checks out, goes into concussion protocol, puts up the goose. James Cook, DNP on Monday night with a goose. So typically, when you have two guys in your lineup that score absolutely nothing, that usually translates into an L. But the JR just decided to take the week off this week, and he played Big Kirk Cousins, which whoops. So, I mean, I get it though. I mean, it's kind of tough not to play a guy coming off a 500-yard game, but you know,
I think we
that's.
trust Baker Mayfield at this point.
I mean, you have to, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's right now he's number 2 scoring based on our scoring format. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 games, 5 out of 6 games over 20 points. So
Yeah.
it's got to be a lineup block.
Definitely. So
You hear that, Benjamin? Lineup block.
So we no longer have any winless teams in this league.
Oh, dude, it's finally over.
Yeah. Yeah.
The band's on the field.
The Surrender Cobras, a 3-point victory over the AT Aliens. I know somebody's glad AJ Brown's back.
I mean, that's the obvious call with the Hurts AJ Brown stack, but I think Nico Collins being sidelined for the Texans is now breathing life in Tank Dell. He turns out 7 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown, man. So I mean, I feel like you should expect a big game from Hurts and Brown, but starting to get excuse me, production like that from Tank Dell is, I'd say that's the difference this week.
I agree. So last but not least, Nancy P's fantasy team, 90 points last week against myself, Unc Shays, with abysmal 83. So this one went down to the wire until about the middle of the third quarter on Monday night. We were neck and neck. We were literally tit for tat. And then my kicker decided to miss 2 field goals in a row. I honestly don't know if I would have won if he kicked those field goals, because I would have gotten less points on defense because I made a really bad decision playing Buffalo's defense. I actually wanted to pick up Tampa, but Mrs. Kamish got them before I did.
Oh, shit.
Either way, congratulations. You seem to have my number more times than not. That was a close one, though, man. It was pretty fun to watch until Greg the Leg turned into Greg the Nub.
like we were talking about before we hit record, man, Travis Etienne he's hurting you this year. I mean, if you get, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points, which you would hope to get from, an RB1, then there you have it. I mean, yeah, that's, I mean, at least you didn't play the Cowboys defense. Yikes.
That part.
Lord. But hey, man, you get Malik Neighbors back this week, and if Travis Etienne is Travis Etienne and Malik Neighbors would have played, last week, it's probably a different story. But
Yeah.
tis the game we play.
Tis the game we play. All right. So enough of week 6. Enough of week 6.
Let's get this cue up here so we can get ready to miss all these picks here.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right, so we're gonna start with Surrender Cobras and Aston TDs.
I'm gonna make this quick, man. Surrender Cobras makes it 2 in a row. I just, Aston TDs, like she got DJ Moore on a bye, and she's already hurting right now with injuries, like top to bottom. So, I mean, if you want a crazy prediction, man, I'll say Mark Andrews scores another touchdown this week.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles are playing the Giants. I think Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown will continue to have big game after big game. I agree with that. I will take the Cobras going to 2-5 on the season for sure. Moving on, Nancy Peas and Lower the Boom.
Let's see here, Nancy Peas and Lower the Boom. All right, man. I'll start on my side of the ball. I'm terrified to play Kyler Murray on Monday night against the Chargers. I mean, he's only had really 2 games this season that have felt like fantasy start worthy. So I mean, if he turns out another 10-point performance, man, I could be in trouble. I mean, J.K. Dobbins has had a really good season up to this point. He's taking on Arizona. He should have a pretty good game against them. And Saquon Barkley, man, that one's going to be interesting because you have to figure the Giants defense is going to come in with like kind of a little bit of a chip on their shoulder to try to shut him down. And you got to figure Saquon Barkley is going to be coming into the game trying to, find a second or maybe even a third gear if he gets to the second level. So, that one's going to that one feels like it could be a very big difference maker in this matchup. I've been fortunate to win 3 in a row, man. So you know what? I'm gonna make it 4 in a row. I'll take Aunt Nancy.
So it's crazy to me that ESPN is projecting Trevor Lawrence to score more points than Patrick Mahomes. Like, regardless of matchups, anything, it just doesn't matter. I don't even get that. So, does Devontae Adams play this weekend?
Man, I would think so. Now, to what capacity? Who knows? Knowing my luck, he'll probably just get checked in, on first and goal situations.
You got to feel good about being a Garrett Wilson owner, though, with Devontae Adams coming.
I mean, I feel like
It's going to open
it
things up.
should, in theory.
Yeah. So, I'm going to take you this week as well. I do not agree with the projections. I'm calling landslide.
I like Raheem Mostert this week too. To score more than 5 points.
So in typical me fashion, I skipped one, so we need to hit the reverse button real quick. Snitches versus CD Nuts.
Man, this one's tough, dude. You know what? I'm gonna take Snitches Get Stitches in this one. solely on the fact that Jamar Chase is going up against the Browns. And I feel like the Browns are making a pretty good case for worst team in the league. So
Eh,
I'm taking snitches get stitches on just that and that alone.
fair. Uh, yeah, I can't not agree with you on that one, bud. Um, that Ravens Bucks game is going to be a good one. That's going to be a good Monday night game. That's going to be a real good game. Yeah, there's too much firepower on that side for me this week, man. Give me snitches by 15.
I mean Lamar Jackson's averaging a little over 24 points a game right now, and even if the Bucks slow it down a little bit, I mean it's gonna put you in the high teens, pushing 20. You know what I mean? So
Moving on. YouTube safe name versus the Jolly Roger.
all right. Jaden Daniels is playing Carolina. That's not good for the JR. And Baker Mayfield's going up against Baltimore. Now, granted, I feel like Baker's been, you know, like I said earlier, he's 5 out of his 6 games are north of 20. So you got to figure he's going to be putting up some points again. It will be a tougher matchup though, going up against Baltimore. We got the return of Cooper Kupp potentially on deck. Be interesting to see how he, gets acclimated coming off his hiatus. But yeah, I'm not rolling with the ship this week, man. I'm gonna go YouTube safe name, improving to 5-2 on the season.
So to me, this one's pretty easy, right? It's Brees Hall and Derrick Henry versus Jameer Gibbs and Alvin Kamara. To me, honestly, the rest of it doesn't really matter. Ship's gonna sink this week for me. I think ship's gonna sink in upwards of 20 points. I think that Monday night game is gonna be good. But Baker might do some Baker things on Monday night too against that defense.
Ooh, it might turn into a pumpkin, huh?
I don't know about a pumpkin. Maybe a pirate.
There you go.
Speaking of that, did you see the undercover Baker Mayfield thing that they did in Tampa? He
I
dressed
did
up like
not.
this. He dressed up like this 45-year-old dude with long hair, had a bandana over his head, and they were like taking fans through like the stadium and through the center and all that, and he was just acted like a fan. And then they did like a throwing contest, and he went
Mhm.
last, and he just obviously threw a ball into orbit, and everybody's like, "Wow, he's so good." And the dude was like limping around, and then all of a sudden he took all his stuff off. It was pretty funny. It's on YouTube.
Good deal.
All
Kind of
right,
like the
so
old Eli Manning undercover at the college tryout
ex-
type deal.
just like that. Yep. Eli Manning actually put it on. Now that I
Oh
think
no
about it.
shit.
Yep.
That's cool.
So I don't agree with this 5-star.
Oh, we got one more by the way.
We do. What did I?
Yeah,
Oh, Iron Smoke.
Iron Smoke and AT Aliens.
Dude, I am out of it today.
That's all
So
right, man.
it's a solid 3 hours of sleep. But Iron
Inventory
Smoke
stuff.
and ATL. Go ahead.
Man, there's some components in this matchup that just feel gross, man. Miles Sanders being in the lineup for Iron Smoke, and then looking over on the flip side here, um, I don't know. I understand Alan Lazard is scoring at just an I don't want to say an insane clip, but I mean, like, god dang, he's number 6 in scoring right now for fantasy wideouts. I mean, that just feels I don't know. That's gross, man. It's unfortunate, but anywho. Um, I'm rolling with the AT Aliens this week. No rhyme, no reason. I just feel like when you go over 100 points and you lose in that type of fashion like you did the week before, I feel like bounce back games coming. So give me the AT aliens close.
So yeah, this one's kind of hard to call for me, man. The only matchup that stands out for me that I think is really, really good is Joe Burrow against Cleveland. For that, I'm just gonna pick Iron Smoke. I'm gonna pick Iron Smoke by 5. It's gonna be a low scoring affair, though. I think, in my opinion. Debo against Kansas City, I don't like. Brock Purdy against Kansas City, I don't like. Travis Kelce is just a kind of shell of himself. Um, he's too busy going on tour and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Too many membership fees and time spent to join the Illuminati to play football, I guess.
I mean,
But
his mustache is looking kind of similar. I guess maybe I don't know.
are you going for the Travis Kelce?
Nah,
Hmm.
Travis Kelsey's going for me, son. What you talking
There
about,
you
Willis?
go. There you go.
Come on now. Come on now.
There you go. All right. So to backtrack what I said a few minutes ago,
You don't agree with the 5-star.
I don't agree with this one, dude. I don't like being
Why
in
not?
this. I don't like being in the limelight. Okay.
Oh, come on now, man. I mean, I like go back and forth, man. It's like I feel like I should do it based on record, but then other times, like you look at projections and matchups, and you're like, "Whoa, man! I got like two teams that are both projected to score over 100 points. Like this should be the 5-star, man. I mean, what do you think the reasoning should be for the 5-star matchup?"
I don't know. I just don't like being in it. But
That's fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
it is Mrs. Commish, wine receiver versus myself. The floor is yours, buddy.
All right, man. I'll start on your side of the ball. I mean, if you're going to win this week, your wide receivers are going to have to lead you. Like as we found out before we started recording, Malik Neighbors has cleared concussion protocol. He's going to be on track to play. That's going to be a huge boost for you. Stephon Diggs continues to have a solid season, and with Nico Collins being out, man, you got to figure he's going to be peppered with the football. Um, on the flip side, for a wide receiver, she has gotten solid production this season out of her RBs. Hubbard, Pollard, Cook. They've been great. What hasn't been consistent for a wide receiver is her wide receiver play. I mean, Tyreek Hill has been suffering due to the Tua injury. Um, he's still not going to play this week, but Amari Cooper going to the Bills. I mean, I know everybody's talking about Devonta Adams going to the Jets, man, but Cooper steps in and he's the automatic one now in Buffalo. So depending on how much he gets down on that playbook, you know, you could be looking at 100 plus and a touchdown this week out of Cooper. So
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, I don't think it's going to be that big this week, but I do think the second half of the season for Amari Cooper is going to be huge. Um, I'm gonna go with Unc Shay's Instagram manager this week to get the win. I don't know why you're shaking your head, dude. I think I've missed maybe like 2 picks all season, so I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Really? Are you that? Is your really? I haven't paid attention to it, dude. I don't like Anthony Richardson. I don't know why I picked him.
I'll trade you Justin Fields right now if you want.
Throw a
I
running
mean,
back
I'm
in there and we can talk.
hey, I don't know, but see, I've only got one running back that's worth a damn right now.
Yeah.
Let Raheem pop off this week, and then we can talk, man.
Man, so Kyron Williams has been carrying my team, right?
Mhm.
He's playing Las Vegas this week, but Cooper Cup's back. I don't even know what I'm doing at RB2 right now. Jalen Warren's sitting in there. None of it's good. Right?
Feels gross, doesn't it? Doesn't feel right.
There isn't an option that I could put in the RB2 slot that doesn't feel gross. Really. I was kind of hoping that Devin Achane would have been hurt because Jalen Wright actually in Miami actually looked good when he played.
I mean, honestly, now that you talk about it like that, man, I mean, if you absolutely need another running back this week and you're not going to the waiver wire, I mean, Jalen Wright, he might score a couple more points, man.
Yeah. But I don't feel great about my quarterback and running back situation this week. I don't think I'm ever going to feel really good about my running back situation. Is Tua gonna play again? Is he done?
Nah, not for the season. I mean, every report I've seen said he's coming back, and it seems like what I keep hearing is week 8 seems to be the target. I would have thought it'd have been this week coming off the bye, but what do
Well,
I
I'm
know?
glad it's not week 7. But
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If he'd have played this week, I'd say wide receiver would be a smash play.
yeah, I still think I'm gonna get cooked. So give me wide receiver by 10. It was nice to see Sam Laporta actually hit the end zone though last week, so that was nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. With his one catch.
Hey, it was 52-yard touchdown.
I know. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, the poor Lions though, huh? Aiden Hutchinson.
That
That was
yeah.
disgusting.
I didn't see it live, and when they weren't showing the replay, I was like, you know what? I'm good, fam. I won't. I'll just see it. I'll take
So,
everybody's word for it.
I missed it, but
Mhm.
it showed up on my Twitter feed, and
So what?
it wasn't great. Wasn't great. Poor guy. That's like a really fun person to watch. He's
Yeah.
a fun player to watch, dude. But you got anything else, dude? Or we're gonna put a bow on this one?
Let's put a bow on week 7, man. Good luck to everybody this week. Hopefully, everybody stays healthy. It seems like most of the country has been starting to get a lot better weather, a little bit cooler weather. Get out there and enjoy it, man.
Dude, it is cold up here.
Define cold.
It's been 35 the past 2 days. It's
I like
50, 51 right now.
I really, really hope that your neighbors have seen you sitting out front drinking coffee in your underwear.
I'm wearing socks right now.
Okay.
It's cold. But, all right. Until next week, my friend. Nice to be back.
Welcome back.
Thanks, man. See ya.